And welcome to pmclounge.com. This is Lounge Fever, a series of videos where I try to answer your questions. Now, I must admit, I was sitting here responding to your comments and I did not intend to create a video. And I try to respond to as many comments as possible. So if you have any questions, queries, concerns, you can drop them in the comments and I will most likely get back to you. Now, one of the questions that I received in the comments, I thought that this question, the answer to this question, can help the entire community. And that is why I should not only respond to this comment, but I should create a video as well. So let me share that comment with you and let me answer the question in that comment as well. So here's the comment that led to this video. It is by Sultan Albani, a fantastic comment, I must say, and I'm pretty sure this is going to help a lot of our community members as well. So the question here is closing individual procurement part of controlling procurement? Now, let me explain this a bit for those that are total novice. And I must tell you, if you don't know what we are talking about here, if you have no idea about procurement, first link in the description is going to take you to a playlist on procurement management knowledge area. Every single video that we have done on procurement management will be available, and second link will be the Lounge Fever playlist. It will contain questions like this one as well, so this video will also go in that playlist. So Lounge Fever is basically where I try to answer your questions. So this video will also go in that playlist. If you have any other questions related to procurement, you might find them in that playlist. So two important links, check them out. And like I was saying, what Sultan is trying to question here is, if you have a project and you have, let's say, multiple vendors, if you are closing out a procurement for one of the vendors, when are you doing it? Are you doing it as part of the control procurement process itself, right? So basically the question here is, when do you close procurements? Like I was saying, the question here is when to close procurements. And the root of this question lies in PMBOK 5 and PMBOK 6. PMBOK 5 versus PMBOK 6. Because PMBOK 5, the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide Edition 5th, had a process where you were supposed to close procurements. PMBOK Guide Edition 6 removed that process. Let me show you the PGKA mapping for both these PMBOKs. So here we are. This is the PGKA mapping for PMBOK 5 as well as PMBOK 6. To your left is PMBOK 5. To your right is PMBOK 6, the latest one. And we are talking about this process. Close procurements. This was the process where you would close procurements. If you have multiple vendors in your project, let's take an example. Let's say that you are creating an e-commerce website and your organization is not really, you don't have expertise in payment gateways. Now, an e-commerce website requires payment gateways, but your organization does not have expertise in it. So in order to add a payment gateway, you basically contact another organization and you give them a contract to basically add payment gateway, do that piece of your project for you. So this is where you are involving a third-party vendor. You are basically performing some kind of procurement. Now, adding payment gateway is not the end of the project. It is only the end of this entire procurement thing that you were part of, right? That you involved this third party vendor into. Now in PMBOK 5, there was this process called close procurements. And this is where once you have the payment gateway by the third party vendor, you would close that contract. You would close the entire procurement process. But in PMBOK 6, as you can see, there is no such process for closing procurements. So the question, I'll go back to the question. The question Sultan had was, when are you going to close individual procurements? Because there is no process for this in PMBOK 6. So the answer lies in the previous process itself. This is control procurements process. And in this process, one of the outputs of this process is closed procurements. So instead of closed procurement as a separate process, PMBOK 6 says that within the control procurements process, you should also close individual procurement. So individual contracts that you might have signed with third-party vendors, they all get closed in the control procurement process itself. So once they have delivered whatever they were supposed to deliver, once you have tested everything, if everything looks fine, and then you can basically proceed and close the procurement while being in the control procurement process itself. So that's all that we had in this video. I hope you got value out of it. I hope you were able to understand when individual procurements are closed. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified every time we upload new content. Also, don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.